now for Ringside Report, a weekly magazine of boxing news. Well, we had a triple header last week that was headlined by the title fight between McCallum and Toney. Turned out to be an outstanding fight.
Just as we really thought it might be. Mike McCallum, the 35-year-old warrior, had to give up his WBA crown before that against IBF champion young James Toney. It was a battle over 12 rounds, a battle of attrition that ended up being a draw. Some people thought maybe Toney won a close decision. I didn't think a draw was inappropriate. I thought it was a very, very close fight. Both men fought extremely well, and I'd like to see it again.
And Riddick Bowe starting to emerge as possibly the best of the young heavyweight prospects.
Well, Riddick Bowe performing very well against Elijah Tillery in a rematch of their bizarre match of a couple of months ago. Nothing weird happened in this except that Riddick Bowe showed us once again, yes, that he's got one of the most powerful right hands in the business, certainly in the heavyweight division, and that he is a man who may be on the verge of an important matchup. Some suggest Tony Tubbs may fight him again in a match in which Tubbs gave him some problems. So Riddick Bowe shows us that, yes, he's a terrific heavyweight who probably will get a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship sometime soon.
And a good bounce-back fight for Charles Murray, too. He came off a loss, and he fought a very tough guy and beat him.
Yeah, against Livingstone Bramble, who had fought very well against Obakar his last time out. Charles Murray needed a win and got it, boxed very well.
And there will be another triple header coming your way, our way, everyone's way, on February 7th. And this one should be, at the very least, an interesting evening of boxing.
Yeah, Ray Mercer taking on Larry Holmes. Holmes getting his shot at a young Turk in the heavyweight division, which you wanted Doug DeWitt taking on Tyrone Frazier in a super middleweight match. And Todd Foster taking on Jimmy Paul. Yeah, Jimmy Paul's still fighting, and Jimmy was a former IBF lightweight champion. We may find out a little bit more about what Todd Foster has.
And as it turns out, of course, this will not be a title fight, and the general feeling is, so what?
Well, the WBO wants to strip Ray Mercer of his title. They've been in court, Top Rank has, and Mercer's people to try and prevent that from happening. They wanted, Michael Moore was the #1 contender, and the WBO said, you have to fight Michael Moore instead of Larry Holmes. That is now on a hold now. They can't strip him until the fight happens, and I guess the promoters don't care then.
Well, we told you that that would happen on February 7th. Let's take a look at what's down the road in the sport of boxing then between now and February 7th. Next week, we have heavyweights right here on Top Rank Boxing. Up the street at Bally's, it'll be Mike White and Dickie Ryan. Mike White, tough fighter and a tough guy to fight because he is so big. That's 1 week from tonight. Also on that same card, Jeff Mayweather and Jesus Rodriguez. That's next Thursday here in Las Vegas on ESPN. On January 5th, Pedro Feliciano and Scotty Olsen. So Scotty Olsen gearing it up again. He's had a couple of tough goes lately. That'll be Sunday. We move to Sunday, January 5th. Heavyweights on January 12th, Carl the Truth Williams and Marshall Tillman coming back to the Boxing Wars. We'll be back in Atlantic City for that one. That'll be on January 12th. And then 1 week from that, on the 19th of January, the IBF USBA Heavyweight Championship on the line. Bruce Seldon getting back in the ring against a wily veteran. I like that term, Jesse Ferguson. And finally, a bit of a victory, you might say, for Mike Tyson today.
Well, he won the smaller of the two battles. The $600 million suit that was filed against him by the proprietor of the Miss Black America contest has been dropped by that gentleman who said that some of the reports by the young ladies and the contestants that he had fondled them were not true, and he has dropped that suit. But of course, still pending for Mike Tyson are the rape charges that were filed against him.
Yeah, so he's got bigger problems, but he did say he settled that with J. Morris Anderson. $607 million was the suit. I guess you might say that Anderson butted out.
I think so.
This has been Ringside Report, a weekly magazine of boxing news.